The Daily Mail. Schools to give boys anti-misogyny lessons to stop toxic masculinity in wake of Netflix hit Adolescence. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. This show Adolescence is apparently a big deal still. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, but it's mind-boggling that this show is going to be shown to students, taught to students, is some sort of revelation that they should treat women better. Let's get in this article and see what it has to say. Schools are set to give students anti-misogyny lessons in the wake of the hit Netflix TV show Adolescence about a teen boy who murders a female classmate. Yeah, and he doesn't do that out of misogyny. The classes form part of the government's new relationships, health and sex education guidance, which will be introduced before the end of the academic year. Oh, great. So the academic year is going to be ending here in what? June? I don't know how England does it. Maybe theirs is in May. Maybe it's in July. I don't know. So they're introducing this really soon. It comes after Sir Keir Starmer revealed a Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday that he was watching the miniseries with his two teenagers and that he backs the show creators' calls for it to be shown in Parliament and schools. Yeah. Okay. Why? There's nothing in the show that is going to help the populace at large, and it's not worth watching. The 4-episode program follows the Miller family, whose lives are torn apart when their 13-year-old son Jamie is arrested for stabbing a female classmate to death after being influenced by online misogyny. No, that's not why he did it. He did it because she was bullying him. This all comes out in the 3rd episode, why he did it. The drama released 10 days ago was the most watched show on Netflix worldwide last weekend, gripping audiences with its sobering portrayal of how social media and misogynistic influencers can impact young boys. Again, it's not social media or misogynistic influencers. It's this one girl who is being, as Jamie put it in the show, a bitch bully. Though Labor's classroom guidance is still being developed, it is understood to include content to support healthy relationships, to enable schools to tackle harmful behavior, and ensure that misogyny is stamped out and not allowed to proliferate. Cool story, bro. So we need to shut down the border and stop letting in millions upon millions of Asians and Africans who are destroying your culture. And I don't know why it's those people who are doing the lion's share of the degradation, but it is. From as early as primary school, children will be encouraged to express and understand boundaries, handle disappointment, and pay attention to the needs and preferences of oneself and others, with content modified for older children to reflect the real-life complexities of romantic and sexual relationships, the source added. Just what they need. Like, I didn't go through that at all in school. What the hell are you talking about? This is just common knowledge. So we don't teach morality in the United States in schools. It's considered a religion. And we're not allowed to have that in our schools. Why don't we just let people figure out what morality is, have their parents teach them what morality is? Things aren't difficult to figure out. The development comes as a win for the Netflix show's co-writers, Jack Thorne and actor Stephen Graham, who stars as the teen boy's father, who have said they wanted Adolescence to be a program that causes discussion and makes change. Got a picture here of Jamie if you haven't seen the show. Schools are set to give students anti-misogyny lessons in the wake of the Netflix TV show Adolescence about a teen boy who murders a female classmate. Cooper is, okay, so let's see. And then here he is after having been arrested. Here's Keir Starmer. He has questions, apparently. So let's see what he says here in this video.
Creators of the show are calling for screenings in Parliament and schools to spark change. So will the Prime Minister back this campaign to counter toxic misogyny early and give young men the role models they deserve?
Yeah. Prime Minister.
Yes, and at home we are watching Adolescence with our children. I've got a 16-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl, and it's a very, very good documentary to watch, or drama.
Okay, so that was stupid. Like I said, in the show, he comes right out and says, I did it because she was a bitch bully. She was bullying him. She was getting everybody, all the girls in the school, to say that he's ugly and unlikable. That was what was going on. So you can imagine that at 13, you're just coming into your understanding that you want to have a relationship with a girl, really. I mean, and how impactful that is. And then he's going to go off and be told by the girls in his class that he's not good enough for them. And they're going to be mean about it. It's one thing to say, I'm not interested, thank you. But they're going to be mean about it. Because girls, I don't know what it's like in England. I'm guessing girls are mean because they're definitely mean here in the United States. Holy crap. It is like a blood sport for them. The new guidance will encourage students to think about what healthy sexual relationships involve, including consent, along with kindness, attention, and care. Oh, good luck teaching that to the girls. You're blaming this on the boys, but it's the girls are the ones who are mean. Like, if a girl is interested in me and I'm not interested in her, I was always nice about it. I was like, oh, thanks, but no thanks. When girls reject me, it's horribly cruel. I don't understand why they can be so mean, why they would want to be so mean. As children progress to secondary school, classroom content will start to include the communication and ethics needed for healthy romantic and sexual relationships. 13 is 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade. So you're going to be teaching 13-year-olds, I mean, Jamie's a 13-year-old, about being an incel. At 13, a lot of people are incels. I was an incel, I mean, you could say. Although, not really, because I had a girlfriend and she was like, hey, let's go. I want to do this thing, you and me. She was not the only girl who was interested in doing that with me. So, guess I wasn't an incel. I wasn't involuntary. I was voluntarily celibate. Topics covered will range from dynamics of power and vulnerability to tools to manage difficult emotions like disappointment and anger that can affect relationships. The effects of misogynistic online content and pornography on both young people's sexual behavior and their views of relationship norms will also be discussed. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has faced pressure to overturn RSHE guidance drafted by the previous conservative government, which included bans on sex education for children under 9 and discussions of gender identity. Yes, those things should not be discussed with 9-year-olds. When I had sex ed, the youngest kid in my class, he was 10. He's a friend of mine. He said his mom pulled some strings and get him put into school early. So we had sex ed right before his 11th birthday. He turned 11 in December. His mom. So he was at the cutoff. So he was supposed to be going to school the year later. But yeah, he was 10. And then I was 12. So that's getting to an age where, yeah, you should be talking about, hey, look, this is how the body works. And this is what goes on when you want to make babies. Adolescence was praised last week by the parents of a supervisor of the Southport stabbings for drawing attention to the terrifying impacts of online misogynistic content on young men. Yes, I know I have such terrible online misogynistic content. You watch my content and I'm part of the red pill community, you could say. Here it is. You ready for all the misogynistic content? Women should focus their attention on family and home life rather than career. I'm just the worst, aren't I? Wow. People are so stupid. We don't blame it all on Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a symptom. He's not the cause of this. Somebody. So Axel stabbed their daughter, known as Child A. What is this all of a sudden? So Axel here, he's 17 when he stabbed their daughter, this is cuts weird. I don't understand who they're talking about. Known as Child A more than 30 times during his brutal attack on a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in July last year. He killed 3 young girls and was jailed for life in January. Yeah, so this is Axel here. He looks like a healthy individual. He looks just like Jamie in the show. I mean, we've seen Jamie, right? Where's Jamie at here? There he is. Oh, there's Jamie. Look. I mean, you can see the same sadistic look in his eye. Look at that. Look at it. This guy right here, no difference at all. This kid right here looks just as bloodthirsty as this guy right here. Doesn't he? Looks just as psychotic. These people are living in Delulu land. The point is that men are not evil. Jamie was not, I mean, obviously he did an evil thing, but he was pushed to this by an evil young woman who bullied him terribly. You're going to have a certain percentage of the population who can't handle being persistently told that they are worthless. You tell somebody that they're worthless, I mean, they have nowhere to go. Where are they going to go? It's the worst thing you can say about a person is that they're worthless. It really is. They have no value to you, to anybody. What's their life going to be like then? The parents in a statement read out by the MP during a debate on knife crime in the House of Commons on Thursday said, influencers like Andrew Tate, there you go, are having a terrifying impact on teen boys who needed to be protected from this content. No, they don't need to be protected from Andrew Tate. I don't watch Andrew Tate. I don't follow Andrew Tate. I've seen some of his stuff a little bit. You tell me. Go down in the comments. Have you seen this stuff? Have you watched this stuff? And you tell me. Is he out there saying, hey, man, you got to put women in their place. You got to smack them around. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got, they're your property. They're for you to take. Is that what he's saying? And even if he was saying that, we all know that the laws are not that way. We don't get to own women. Ridiculous. Oh, here's somebody who also, Kyle Clifford. Oh, what does this say here? Oh, let me read this. He's a triple murderer, Kyle Clifford, who shot his ex-girlfriend Louise Hunt and her sister Hannah with a crossbow and stabbed their mother Carol. Is known to have viewed Tate's videos before making his furious attacks. Okay. Wow. I bet he did other things too. Did he go to the bathroom? Did he drink water? Did he eat ice cream? I mean, these are all things that he did probably before he committed these attacks. It's like, come on. Last week, former England football manager Sir Gareth Southgate blasted callous, manipulative, and toxic influencers for leading young men towards misogyny at the BBC's annual Richard Dimbley lecture. Oh, okay. Just, have a relationship with women. Let her know who's in charge. If she doesn't like it, find a different one who wants to be submissive. There you go. So Axel, I can't pronounce that last name, cleared most of his online search history before he killed people. So it is not known whether he viewed any content associated with Andrew Tate. He probably didn't. I don't think Andrew Tate is appealing to most men. I don't know what his view count. Let me find out what his view counts are. Let me see here. Well, as I'm looking for Andrew Tate here, I don't see him on YouTube. I mean, I see these are people like quoting him or finding him somewhere else and watching him. I don't know where he's located. He's probably on Twitter. Okay, I'm on Twitter. I don't follow him. I don't know. Probably on Insta, TikTok, all those things. But he's Rumble. He's not on. He doesn't appear to be on YouTube. So I don't know about his view counts. Teachers were told in government guidance released last year to look out for signs of misogyny and incel culture in students aged 14 and over, which could lead to sexual abuse, violence, and suicide. Who holds the keys to this problem? Who can successfully deal with the incel situation in the world? Who can do that? Women have to lower their standards. These young women, these 14-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls, 13-year-old girls have to lower their standards and be willing to go out with the boys. Be willing to date the boys. So it's not even really men's fault that they're getting crapped on by women. The education secretary warned teachers to watch out for teen boys who had been indoctrinated by manosphere influencers into hating women. I don't hate women at all, even though they have been incredibly cruel to me throughout my entire life, including my own mother. I don't hate women. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think women are amazing. Last week, former England football manager Sir Gareth Southgate, we saw this, we already read that. What does he say here? He said, the sole drive of these pernicious online creators is their own gain. They willingly trick young men into believing that success is measured by money or dominance, that strength means never showing emotion, and that the world, including women, is against them. Okay, let me see here. We've got to break this down now. All right, willingly trick young men into believing that success is measured by money and dominance. Okay, so what is success measured by if it's not money and dominance? Family? Okay, that requires money, especially today because women don't want to get with a man who doesn't make any money. Women typically want a man who makes more money than them. It's not always the case. My family has been an exception to that, for sure. But it does help you get what you want as far as family is concerned. It really does. Dominance. Well, yeah, if you look at Trump is dominating other countries right now with these tariffs. He's like, you're going to do what I want, or I'm going to raise the price of all your exports. What do you think? That's dominance. What are you talking about dominance? You can be more specific. You mean like violently, like coercing somebody? Is that what you mean? Okay. Strength means never showing emotion. Okay, I don't know if that's true or not. I think you should show emotion if you want to. It's up to you. I show emotion all the time. You need to check your anger. That's the emotion that men are allowed to show, but we really should not be. Because that's the one that's going to hurt you the most, men. Well, I don't know if it's going to hurt you the most, but it's going to hurt you a lot. Having anger issues is really going to have a negative impact on your life. You really want to check that stuff. Because I know that a lot of guys are angry. I know, dude. It's so hard out there. I understand. I've dealt with my anger issues, though, largely. I still have some residuals, but I'm so much better than I was when I was younger. And that the world, including women, is against them. Yes, the world is against us. Where are you getting this information? Even this article here is sitting here telling us that, men are the problem. Misogyny. You gotta stamp out misogyny, incel. Nothing about femcells. Nothing about misandry. No, nothing about that. No, those things are fine. Katie in the show, Adolescence, Katie was the girl that got killed by Jamie here. And Katie was being misandrous. But no, nothing about that. No. Women are perfect little angels. Let's see what the comments say here. I assume we will be giving girls lessons regarding their toxic behavior as well. Oh, of course not. The focus is always on males. That's right, Jack. You explained it perfectly there. Let me see. Style Church Noodle says, too much hate on men/boys. The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. That's an African proverb. So, hey, what do you know? It's a nice one. The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Yes, indeed. There's 329 more comments on this thing. Okay, this brand whale slash says W. Henry says, fail Britannia. Yep. Britain used to be the greatest country in the world. The reason I'm speaking English right now is because of Great Britain. They owned part of the Americas. They owned part of Africa. They owned part of Asia. They owned all of Australia. They owned an entire continent. You believe that? They owned an entire freaking continent. Now look at them. They can't even hang on to their own homeland. They want to turn their homeland from a white Christian nation to a brown Muslim nation. And don't take my word for it. You go onto Twitter. You can see the videos of Muslims in England saying, yo, we're here to take over. That's what we're trying to do. Jack, well, we already saw Jack. Well, we'll look at him again. We need to educate girls better. Toxic femininity is also a problem. Yes, it is. Amy G. Dallas says, wow, some of the comments here just prove the point of the article and why anti-misogyny lessons are needed. Really? Where are these comments at? Are you talking about Jack here, who said, hey, women are toxic? Okay. How about John Medina says, how about teaching girls anti-bullying lessons at the same time? Yeah. Yep. Why don't we do that? Why don't we teach girls to be nice to boys? Women do not understand this at all. They cannot comprehend this. It's beyond their ability. When a man goes to you and says, hey, look, I want to go out with you. I like you. All of his hopes, our job as human beings, all life, is to survive long enough to procreate. And men have this thing called testosterone, which makes us want to do that unchecked a lot of the time. So we go to a woman and say, hey, look, I'm dealing with this issue where I have testosterone and it's driving me to want to be close to you. Not to mention millions of years of evolution telling me my whole point of existence is to survive long enough to procreate. How about, you help me on this journey? And the girl's cruel to him about it. Mean to him, puts him down, tells him he's worthless, etc., etc. Yeah. And you don't think the men are gonna want to lash out against that? Bertie Blunt. They do realize that Adolescence isn't real. It's a TV program. Yeah, I know. It's a show, and the creators of it are idiots. It's not a good show. Okay? If you can watch the aftermath of your son having committed this heinous crime, okay, then great. Watch the show. There's no story, though. LED says, this is not the answer. We need to give boys and young men hope and a purpose. Many are asking, what is the point of being male? What is the point of life even? That's why they're killing themselves. There's no point to life anymore. Why would I want to live through this? Why would I want to put myself through, at 15 years old, 15-year-olds do commit suicide. At 15-year-olds, why would I want to put myself through another 70 years of this? What's the point? What is the damn point? You guys understand this is a very basic male understanding of the world. It's like, I'm going to just be suffering. Why would I bother? There's no purpose for me. You take away a person's purpose, why would they want to live? Anyway, moving on here. In response to LED, K Cookie says, and that it in a nutshell, they had to control females to feel they had purpose. Now that has changed and they can't cope. Well, it wasn't control. It was giving women a reason to be with men. It wasn't control. Women had their own burden to bear, and men had theirs as well. We both had a burden to bear. Women looked at the world and said, oh, men have it so much easier, so much better because they have the financial freedom to do whatever they want. Whereas I'm stuck here being a housewife. How dare they? But men had the burden too. We had to make sure that we kept our job, make sure that we kept our bank accounts positive so that we could support you and the kids. That's a big burden too. An emotional vice. And then LED responds to that saying, that's a strangely misogynistic view. Yeah, it is. It's not a very misogynistic view. I mean, it's a very misandric view. Nobody wants to think that men have any burdens in the world, but they do. We do. So show your emotions. Don't show your emotions. Don't show anger. Don't let anger get the best of you, though. That's what stoicism's really important for. This girl, Kate, in the show Katie, who was being very cruel to Jamie, so he became angry. And this is something that women don't understand. That men are capable of great destruction when they become angry. Instead of being respectful and kind and decent human beings, they would rather be cruel and think that it's funny at the same time. You're poking the bear. This garbage here. And so Andrew Tate forced Jamie to do this. Andrew Tate's forcing young men all over the world to commit these crimes against women. Is he? Is it him? Is it him? Because before Andrew Tate came along, what did we see? What did we see in Isla Vista, California? What was that? Oh, what was that guy? Elliot Rodger. Andrew Tate. Nobody ever heard of him. This thing that they're doing in England, showing this show, it's going to make things worse. Do you want to make things better? Teach women how to respect men. I'm not saying be subservient to men, not saying be submissive to men. I'm not saying be married to men, be a slave to men, none of that stuff. Respect. Treat men with kindness, because all they're trying to do is fill their biological imperative. And for that, they're demonized. So ridiculous. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate everybody stopping by and supporting my channel. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. I'll see you in the next video.